Am I the asshole for still holding resentment towards my wife and avoiding her family by making excuses and not going to family gatherings after her sister depants me at a pool party? So, backstory, before all this happened, my wife let it slip to one of her sisters that I had a piercing down there and that I am uncircumcised, and it got back to the rest of her six sisters. Of course it did. I was a little weirded out and kind of offset when she told me that they all knew, and it got out to everyone, including her parents. But I brushed it off right away and didn't really care at the time. Emphasize at the time that they had made a few comments and jokes about it, but nothing really serious or worth reminiscing or mentioning. A few of her sister's husbands, which I'm good friends with, asked if they could see it along with one of her other sisters, and I did show them, but it was on separate occasions. And both times it was just my wife, her sister, and her husband. And the second time it was just the husband of the sisters who pulled down my shorts at the pool party. So on this day, we were all at her older sister's house for a pool party that she was having. A few of us were drinking, but this happened earlier in the day, and I don't think anyone was drunk yet, but we were swimming for a little while, and while they all sat down to eat in the middle of us eating, the piercing gets brought up, and also one of her sisters and the other two husbands that had seen it. After this, everybody started talking about the piercing and asking me to show them all at once or if they can see it. My wife's parents were still inside. I said multiple times no, and they all got relentless, and I told them I would show them another day or when it was in a more private setting. The fuck? I did say no multiple times, but they kept saying how I was being uptight and not fair. Nigga, this is your dick. Like, how you being uptight about not wanting to show your dick? Like, what is going on here? Like, what is going on here? Like, this is crazy. Like, um, and not fair that I showed her sisters and her other sisters' husbands, but not them. And this went on for quite some time. Even my wife commented a few times to just let them see it and get it over with. So the wife is a problem at this point as well. Because what is going on? She was laughing and joking around with them when she said this, but she was pushing the issue as well. I jokingly said, I'm not drunk enough to just whip it out, and went back to the pool. About 20 or 30 minutes later, I'm walking out of the pool to grab my drink, and everyone got kind of quiet. And I walked towards the front of the pool. And where the table was, so I was basically in front of everyone walking towards them. My wife comes up from behind me and says, hugs, and then hugs me from behind where I could not move my arms. And then her sister pulls my shorts off really fast. The problem was that the swimming shorts had a liner in them and that the barbell from the piercing got stuck. So when she pulled them down, oh, it hurt like hell and ripped my skin a little bit around where the piercing was. I just screamed, oh, really loud, like I just got punched in the stomach. Damn, I know that fucking hurt it. Woo, and you uncircumcised, so I know you was in fucking pain. That's crazy. Everyone started laughing and making comments and was also completely exposed in front of everyone, including my wife's mom. After I yelled out, what the fuck to my wife, they all started laughing and saying how it was just a joke and wanted to just see the piercing. I told them that when she did this, she ripped my skin. I really wish they hadn't done that in front of their mom. Then they apologized and just brushed it off. But then started commenting on me not being circumcised and about the piercing. The sister that pulled my shorts down made a comment that she had never seen an uncircumcised penis. And bitch, you would have still never fucking seen it if you never decided to pull my shorts down. Like, that was your fucking fault. Like, she never seen an uncircumcised penis before, and if my piercing got in the way of anything, that's when I knew I was just being quiet and ignoring my wife. They all kept saying that it was a joke and that they were sorry, but I just felt extremely awkward and really, really embarrassed. The biggest problem for me was I never really felt self-conscious about being uncircumcised before that day and did not talk to my wife about it until later and about how much it pissed me off that she did that. But then just made peace and kind of moved on, I guess. But as time moved on, I just kept getting angrier and angrier and started resenting my wife for telling her sisters about the piercing and being uncircumcised. And this is actually when it really started to bother me. I haven't told her this yet, but I do not want to go around her family ever again. And just kept making excuses on why I can't or don't feel like going. I'm not really mad at her family. I just feel really, really embarrassed and awkward around them. Now I find myself snapping at her more often, but haven't told her why. I also stopped responding in a group chat altogether and don't respond to any of them if they text me or message me. They started asking my wife about me being more distant, and she's beginning to ask me more and more about it. I just don't really know how to tell her, or most important of all, don't want her family to know that I'm still really embarrassed about this. I just don't know if I'm taking this overboard or being a bitch about all of this. So am I the asshole for just flat out ignoring them and secretly resenting my wife? Well, I don't think that you're the asshole. I think that your wife is the asshole because she should have represented you a little bit more better in this situation. But I do think you should have a conversation with your wife about it because she thinks that everything is okay since you had a conversation about it. I definitely feel like your wife was 100% wrong and her family is weird as fuck. Like, weird as fuck. Like, granted, it slipped that you had a piercing on your penis. You are not the only man in this world with a piercing on your motherfucking penis. Like, they could have Googled some shit. And they was acting like you was a fucking circus clown. Like, if they had to see it. Like, granted, you showed, two sisters and their husbands or whatever the case may be. And it's not like you didn't say you would show the rest of them. You said you would, just in a more private setting. And the fact that they couldn't wait for you to show them just showed me like how childish they are. That was so childish of them. And then they ripped your skin by pulling your shorts down anyways. And now her sisters got something to say about you being uncircumcised. Had she never pulled your fucking shorts down, she would not have known that you was fucking uncircumcised. And I just felt like your wife didn't protect you the way she should have. And the fact that she was in on it and she hugged you from the back just so her sister could pull your shorts down. I mean, I guess a lot of people don't care about their significant others showing their dicks to family members, but like, when the fuck did that become a thing? Like, somebody please tell me, when the fuck did that become a thing? I don't think you're an asshole, but I definitely think you should have a conversation with your wife about telling her like you're really upset and you're really, really embarrassed about that. Like, you feel some type of way, like you never felt some type of way about it before, but like, since everybody is like commenting and making jokes and now saying like, oh, I've never seen an uncircumcised penis, now you feel embarrassed. And I feel like it's okay to feel embarrassed. Like, your wife apologize. Like, that's who should be the one to fucking apologize. Your wife. Like, so yeah. No, you're not the asshole. And I'm definitely sorry that happened to you. And I hope your penis is okay.